Have you ever wondered what the law of Genesis is and why it's so essential in our legal system? It's not an everyday topic, granted, but its influence permeates our lives in ways we might not even realize. This law, this cornerstone of jurisprudence, shapes our society and the way we interact with it. It's like an unseen hand guiding the scales of justice. Intriguing, isn't it? So are you ready to delve into this fascinating world? Stay tuned to uncover this legal mystery. The law of Genesis is not about the biblical book Genesis, nor is it about a rock band. It's a fundamental rule in law. Now let's delve into the heart of this concept. The law of Genesis in its barest form refers to the basic principle that every legal right or liability must have its origin or genesis in some legal rule. Simply put, it's a cornerstone of law, the bedrock upon which all other laws are constructed. Imagine a towering skyscraper. It's impressive, isn't it? But it wouldn't stand tall without a firm and solid foundation. It's the same with laws. Each law in our legal system, no matter how complex or intricate, can be traced back to a fundamental rule, principle, or precedent. This is the essence of the law of Genesis. The law of Genesis also implies that no legal right or liability can just pop out of thin air. They must be anchored in a legal rule or principle. This ensures a systematic and orderly functioning of our legal system. So it's not an overstatement to say that the law of Genesis is like the DNA of our legal system. It's the starting point, the seed from which all other laws grow and evolve. It's the unseen force that shapes our legal landscape, holding it together and providing it with a sense of coherence and consistency. In essence, the law of Genesis underscores the fact that no legal right or liability can exist in a vacuum. So to recap what we've learned today about the law of Genesis, we started by unraveling the concept of the law of Genesis. It's a fundamental principle in the legal world that says every right, obligation, or liability originates from a specific legal rule. It's this rule that gives birth to our legal rights and duties, hence the term Genesis. We then delved into the importance of this law in our legal system. It's the backbone of our rights and responsibilities, acting as the very foundation upon which our legal framework is built. It shapes our interactions, our contracts, our obligations, everything. We also discussed how this law permeates our everyday lives, often without us even realizing it. Every time we sign a contract, make a purchase, or even interact with others, we're influenced by the law of Genesis. Remember, every right or liability you encounter has its genesis in some legal rule. That's the law of Genesis for you.